Traders, let's take a look at the dollar reaction after those CPI figures. Plus, I've got some great trade ideas for you today. Welcome to Simply Forex. If you want to improve as a trader, then you're definitely in the right place. Each week, I'm going to give you easy to follow trade ideas, tips, and advice so you too can succeed in the markets. If you stay to the end of the vid, guys, I'm also going to give you all of my trade ideas for today and break them down so you know exactly where to enter. If that sounds like a plan, then please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Gracias, shukran, salamat, thank you. So, the dollar, right? We had those CPI figures yesterday and they were a little worse than expected. And that gave some dollar weakness, right? But though that dollar weakness was quickly eradicated, right? And we can see that on the dollar index, okay? So, if you're going to trade any US dollar major, look at the dollar index, right? If you don't do that, bad trader, okay? And now if we look at the dollar index, you can see we're still in this uptrend. Right? We've got higher lows, higher highs, still firmly in an uptrend. And you can see this wick here, which basically meant sellers pushed the dollar down, yeah, because of those CPI figures, and then buyers quickly bought it back up, right? And it's looking like US dollar strength is going to continue, right? We've got this uptrend, we've got a nice bullish wick bouncing off the moving average 20. This would suggest we can take price back up to these highs at least. All right, now this dollar index gives you a general overview of all the US dollar majors, and what I'm showing you here on the dollar index is pretty much true of all the US dollar majors, right? One thing I would say, the daily's looking great and looks like US dollar strength is here to stay, but there's a big but. If we look at the weekly chart, again, right, difficult to see anything other than US dollar strength, right? We're in an uptrend. You can clearly see that. You don't need to be Warren Buffett, right? That is in an uptrend. And look at these candles, bullish. And this one is super bullish. Right, that should have an S on its chest, right? Super bullish. The only problem is up here, right, we're very overbought or overextended. Look at the moving average 20, right? Up here, we're overbought. And this is the problem I have with, trading this US dollar strength. There's no value, right? I would need to see a retrace and then we come higher. And if we just look at a couple of US dollar pairs, if we look at pound US dollar on the daily chart, it's exactly the same story, right? We're in a downtrend, right? We're getting a top wick, will it come lower, right? It's looking like it will. But again, weekly chart, super overextended, right? Let's look at another one. Let's look at Euro US dollar. Because I know these are some of the most traded pairs, guys, right? Again, this is the weekly chart we're looking at first. Very overextended. Again, here's the moving average 20, right? That's the mean. Super overextended. If we look at the day chart, it's looking like a very nice sell trade, right? In a downtrend, retraced to an area of resistance, bearish candle, right? But I'm not willing to trade them, okay? The only US dollar pair I'm willing to trade, and it involves US dollar weakness, is gold. Yeah, I'm still looking at gold, and this is my first trade idea for today, guys, right? It is still in an uptrend, and these candles are still super bullish, right? Bullish, bullish. We are literally at this last high, so we must be wary of that. But we do have a lot of room to move into still, back up to these highs and this resistance level, okay? And my target hasn't changed. Yeah, that's still my target. So gold buys, we're still looking at that for those reasons. If we drop down to the H4, like I say, we haven't quite broken this high, right? But we're clearly, in a H4 uptrend. But what I'd like to see, guys, is a retrace. Perhaps, perhaps it retraces all the way to this grey zone. Unlikely, but there is a good area of support here. I say unlikely because of the bullishness of the daily candle, right? So even if we got, it's like a retrace into here, maybe moving average 20 creeps up, and we get a bullish reaction, then I would still be interested in buying gold back up to this level. If it starts breaking this grey zone, then not interested. All right, so gold buys, first trade idea for today. And also you must be aware of the news, guys, right? So not only do we have, so today we've had some Aussie dollar news, right? Better than expected. We've also got some important GDP news coming out of the UK. We've got some important inflation figures coming out of Germany and the euro. And we've got all of this US dollar data. All right. So obviously this is going to have a big impact on the direction of that US dollar. So must be aware of that if you're still in that gold trade or you want to get into the gold trade. Right, what are we looking at next? My next trade idea is Swiss franc Japanese yen. So a lot of yen pairs were almost trade ideas. Now, this one, Swiss franc yen, is the one I prefer the most. Okay. Now, if we look at the day chart, I am conscious of this trend line that we're seeing down here. Okay, excuse my lines, that it's very difficult to draw diagonal lines on a chart, right, using a mouse. I'm also drinking the special coffee that I've got. It makes you sweat, gives you heart palpitations, but I feel like dancing. Anyway, Swiss franc yen, right? We're still in this downtrend, right? Clear for all to see, right? We're in a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. Okay, we're in a downtrend. And like I say, I'm just trying to take it down to this blue line and this next psychological level of 170. All right, so yeah, because of that trend line, and it's a nice psychological level as well. So, and look at this candle, right? Super bearish. Dun, 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 dun. H4, will we get a retrace? Price could quite easily just come down and do that. If it does that, I don't have a trade. Yeah, no problem. I do not suffer with FOMO unless it's the weekend. But if price retraces into here, we get the moving average 20 coming down. This could be a really nice level to start selling from. Get a bearish reaction, we can start selling down to this psychological level. All right, so Swiss franc yen sells. Guys, if I could just say, if you're enjoying the analysis, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. If you haven't already, please come join our trading community, right? You can speak to like-minded traders, share knowledge, ideas, have a chit chat. So please come join our free Discord channel. It's beautiful in there. Flowers grow and everything. And finally, guys, we are super excited and proud to announce the launch of our Simply Forex complete trading course. It's so comprehensive, covers everything you need to start getting the consistency you strive for, guys, right? We've got everything from, strategies, techniques, money and risk management, how to handle your emotions, correlations, managing trades, hedging. Covers the lot, guys. So please check out our Simply Forex course. And right now, if you use code SIMPLY25, you can get 25% off. And we're only running this till the end of January. Okay. After that, it will be back at full price. Right, next trade is New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. we like this trade, right? So on the day chart, let me show you the weekly first as well. So on the weekly, you can see we haven't quite come down and hit these lows yet, right? So there's still a bit of room for this weekly chart to move into, right? And we've got this, you know, super bearish weekly candle. If we go to the day chart now as well, you can see, right, we are pinging off this resistance level. Look at these wicks. Yeah, those are selling wicks. So we've got this level of resistance plus the moving average 20 coming down. I love this combination for resistance, and the idea would be to take it back down to these lows. In fact, let me put my target in. Yeah, back down to this 8,000 level, right? So daily's looking good. If we drop down to the H4, this is looking less good. I'm sure that's good English. Because we are in a H4 uptrend, right? We're in this downtrend, excuse my big head in the way, and we're in an uptrend, right? Although we're not breaking these highs, we're still in an uptrend. We're above the moving average 20, okay? So on the H4, I would really need to see a break of this level here. Okay, now on the H1, we could trade this a little bit more aggressively. Okay, let's say we get something like this. So we're still in a H1 uptrend, right? We are. But let's say we end up getting something like this, and then we get a break of H1 structure, right? Then we could trade this getting a little bit earlier, trade it more aggressively on the H1 and start selling from here, stops above here, but then we still want to see that level broke as well. All right, so New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar sells. And I'm also looking at a couple of trades against daily trend, and those are pound pairs. The first one is pound Swiss franc. Because if we look at the weekly chart, right, we are in just a range. Ranging, right? Between here and here. We're in a ranging market. Now, we're at the bottom of the range, okay, and we could take price to the top of the range, right? It would make sense. If we look at the day chart, we're also at the bottom of this range. Let me zoom out. You can see here. Right, we are getting, you know, a very or just bullish candles. Look at that one. Look at that wick. Super duper bullish. This wick is very bullish as well. So buyers are sitting in here, right? Fact. It's just a fact that the chart is telling us that, right? These wicks tell us there's buyers. Now, if we trade this, we are trading against trend, right? We are in a, let me draw that line again. It's the coffee. Yeah, don't blame me. It's the coffee. We are in a downtrend, right? There's no two ways about it. So we're just trading a weekly support level, really. But we've got these real bullish candles bouncing off that level. So how are we going to trade it? If we look at the H4, right, we are potentially at a really nice level now. Right, and all I'm trying to do, because we are against that daily trend, is just come up to these last highs over here and this psychological 1.1200 level. Right, H4, is this in a uptrend? I would suggest not yet, but if we look at the H1, we are clearly in an uptrend. Right, we've come out of this. We had this sort of sideways movement through here, and then bang, right? We're in this uptrend. Now, what I want to see, there's lots of price movement in here, right? Which makes this an important level. And if we get a nice bullish candle that pops out of this grey zone, I will buy it back up to here, you know, stops below here. All right, so pound Swiss franc, that is against daily trend, but, you know, still willing to look at this trade. And I'm also looking at euro pound. Now, you have to understand pound Swiss franc, get my teeth in, and euro pound are highly inversely correlated. If euro pound goes up, pound Swift goes down. I just cannot say Swiss franc today. If pound Swiss franc goes up, euro pound goes down, right? So we're suggesting pound Swiss franc can go up. So with euro pound, let's take a look. We're suggesting this can go down, right? Because if we look at the day chart, let's look at the weekly chart actually. We have hit a really important weekly level in here. You can see price has reacted many times before, okay? If we look at the day chart, that is a super duper bearish candle. That is a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Doesn't matter what the name of the pattern is, right? I know you see all these candle pattern cheat sheets, doesn't matter. All you need to be able to do with candlesticks is read who is in control. And by the looks of this, sellers are in control. Again, we are going against daily trend, right? We are, but we're a little bit overextended up here. We're at a weekly resistance level. Okay, so I think we have some room to the downside. And you'll notice with pound Swiss franc and euro pound, because we're going against daily trend, my targets are quite conservative, right? I just want to take it down to this blue line. So if we drop down to the H4 now, this is more of a H1 play actually, but my target is basically the last H4 low, right? But if we drop down to the H1, you can see structurally we have broken down, right? We was in this H1 uptrend and then bang, 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 right? We're in a downtrend. Now, if price comes up into this gray zone, we've got the moving average 20 as well. We get a nice bearish reaction here. I will look to sell euro pound back down to these lows. All right, guys. So yeah, those are my trade ideas. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Come join me for the live stream today, 7 a.m. New York EST time. Get all of your questions over to me, and I'll see you then. Have a great trading day, guys.